Welcome to Wisdom-Trek with Gramps. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, and we are on day 2471 of our trek. The purpose of Wisdom-Trek is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, and to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Today is the 24th lesson in our segment of Theology Thursday. Utilizing excerpts from the book titled, I Dare You Not to Bore Me with the Bible, written by Hebrew scholar and professor, the late Dr. Michael S. Heiser, we will invest a couple years going through the entire book, exploring short biblical lessons that you may not have received in Bible class or church. The Bible is a wonderful book. Its pages reveal the epic story of God's redemption of humankind and the long, bitter conflict against evil. Yet it is also a book that may seem strange to us at times. While God's Word was written for us, it wasn't written to us. Today our lesson is, who wrote the book of Proverbs? The first book of Proverbs announces, these are the Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. By its own testimony, though, the book of Proverbs may have had many authors. These are the sayings of the wise, or literally, the wise ones in Proverbs 24, verse 23. The same idea, that the Proverbs in this book were written by several sages, is reiterated in Proverbs chapter 1:6 and 22:17. But old traditions die hard, and the authorship of the Proverbs are still debated. What role did Solomon actually play in the writing of this wisdom literature? Well, Solomon had a pen name. In some of the passages of Proverbs, the sages who wrote the books are named. Proverbs chapter 30 is written by Agur, son of Jakeh, in chapter 30, verse 1. But we know nothing else about him. Some believe that Agur was a pen name for Solomon. However, there is little evidence to support this. The name may have been translated more commonly, the Assembler, which may point to an anonymous collector of Proverbs who also wrote chapter 30. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 1 informs us that King Lemuel wrote the famous chapter about a virtuous woman. In this verse, we learn that Lemuel was taught the Proverbs by his mother. There's little else known about this elusive king. Jewish tradition views this writer as yet another pen name for Solomon, but there is no reliable proof of this connection. In the tradition of Solomon, we see in Proverbs chapter 25, verse 1, it provides us another insight to the authorship. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, which men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied. The word translated or copied can also mean transcribed. This suggests that some of these Proverbs, perhaps chapters 25 through 29, were produced by scribes living in the day of Hezekiah, which would have been 715 to 687 BC, which was way after the lifetime of Solomon. At least one anonymous sage did contribute to Proverbs. Portions of Proverbs chapter 22 and 23 come from an Egyptian wisdom text composed before Solomon's lifetime, the instructions of me.This. In addition, Proverbs chapter 1 verse 25 appears to be quoting Jeremiah chapter 20 verse 7 and certain portions of Zechariah 7. However, just because these may have been later additions to the book of Proverbs doesn't mean that the entire book is dated later than Solomon. There are the possibilities that Jeremiah and Zechariah were drawing on Proverbs in the tradition of Egypt. Because Proverbs chapter 22 and 23 draw upon ancient Egyptian wisdom texts that predate Solomon, it seems likely that he may have been one of the authors, Proverbs chapter 1 verse 1 and Proverbs chapter 10 verse 1. In addition, the literary patterning of the large sections of Proverbs, chapter 10 verse 1 through 22 verse 16, mirrors the ancient Egyptian wisdom literature, in which Egyptian scribes gave collections of sayings a formal title and prologue. So who wrote these Proverbs? Mostly Solomon, but he had good or wise company. The lessons that make up Theology Thursday on this Wisdom-Trek podcast for the next couple of years will satisfy the statement, I dare you not to bore me with the Bible. I trust that you'll enjoy them and, of course, not be bored. If you found this podcast insightful, please subscribe and leave us a review. Then encourage your friends and family to join us and come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom-Trek, creating a legacy. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, and most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom-Trek podcast and journal. As we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you next time for more daily wisdom.